Good evening, everyone. Hey, Tyler, how are you? Hey, everyone. So a little bit unusual because I'm pretty late compared to the last few streams where I already started at like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, something like this. So how are you guys? What are you up to? What's going on? Oh man, I seriously need new glasses. Hardly can't see anything. Oh, that should do it. So seems like everyone left. maybe I left the intro screen too long. No, the thing is, I just always have to do a little preparation time. I know that I think I had a timer or something going, but I got rid of this because it kind of like puts pressure to myself, you know. So that it means that I can just go online in like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or what it was set to. So it feels a little bit better when I say, okay, now I'm ready. I can just push the button. Hey, Angelo, trying to fix your Windows. So hope you didn't have an accident, or you're talking about Windows, like these things in the wall, or are you actually talking about your Windows 10 or 7 or whatever you're on it? So let's see. Oh, you can already hear. Okay, seems like everything's working. Yeah, I mean, I just reconnected everything myself here. So recently I kicked out again my MIDI controller, my keyboard, and went with a little Atom SQ thing because it just, I don't know, it feels like my desk is cluttered when I have like a MIDI controller up here. I know I could put it under the table, but then it would feel like I have to, you know, kind of like move in a very weird way, which then affects my back again. And I think like my table, still, I mean, I need a new table, I think, when we finally or hopefully make it to move to another location. So then I just definitely have to get like a big 88 controller and just put it somewhere under the desk. But I'm not really sure if I would be able to work like this. On the other hand, I get like this. I'm not sure if you heard of this, the Jammy pedal, the Jammy guitar. And I ordered it, I don't know, like actually like January, maybe last year, something, December, I don't remember. And there was an announcement that they had some trouble delivering the chips and some electronic parts or something. So I'm still waiting on this. Let me just... I don't want to unplug any cables from the camera during the stream. Yeah, and what was I about to say? Yeah, they had some delivery problems with these electronic components. So it said they should ship it like something like June, July. Now it's getting like close to August. So we will see what will happen. He's a composer, no need to have windows in your room. Yeah, exactly. This is probably the worst studios, right? You can have no windows, air condition, artificial light. Yeah, I mean, it can be nice, you know, that most of the time I have artificial lights here too, like all the hue settings and everything. It kind of looks smooth and everything, but I'm just happy to have my I have the other camera off right now, so otherwise I could switch to the other part of my room. But I think you've seen it in, if you checked out my latest video, there is like another, there is my, you know, kind of like, how do you say, in German it's like Terrassentür, Terrassentür. It's like a terrace. How do you say that? It's like a, how do you say that? Let me just check this. It's basically like a door to the garden, to the balcony. I don't really have a garden. Yeah, actually I have a garden, but it's like, I don't know, maybe like 6 square meters, and I can't enter it because I have a balcony in the ground floor, and I live in a ground floor, so it's pretty funny. So actually, I don't know. Would have been cool if I could at least use it, you know, just, I don't know. But anyway, hopefully a new apartment, a new house soon. We will see. So what I wanted to take a look at today, so let me just switch screens here, because I stumbled over something really cool. And I'm switching screens here, and this is Abyss by Dawesome, and I'm not really sure. It's on the Tracktion. I think I wrote it also on the video. Hintertür, Balkontür. Yeah, Balkontür is right. So it's like the balcony door, kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm not really sure. I just wrote in the title of the video of the live stream, I wrote Abyss by Tracktion, but I think it's just the company that is kind of like the publisher. So Dawesome, I think, is the developer of this one. So I stumbled upon this, and this is absolutely, this is like a new approach. I mean, in the end, we could say, you know, like, what else do we need? You know, there's like, everything has been done before. I mean, it's like with music, we just have 12 notes. Everything has been written before. Everything you write can be found at some point, you know. I sometimes sometimes see that on stream on videos, YouTube videos, or you know, SoundCloud links or whatever, when somebody's posting music. It sounds like, yeah, of course, everything sounds like everything. So everything has been done before. But I think there is something that when there is some intuitive approach to it, you know, and you can't simply just say, okay, this hook line, I heard this before. There is also the connection of rhythm and the chords and everything. And so if somebody claiming that somebody has stolen something, you know, in terms of an idea, there's a little bit more to this than just saying, okay, you're like the first 3 or 4 notes of the hook line are the same. So what does it have to do with the synth? I mean, we have, how many strings library can you have? You know, how many brass libraries can you have? How many synth plugins can you have? How many hardware synth can you have? But I find this approach and very interesting. And to me personally, it's always about, does something inspire me? You know, if I would, you know, compared to painting, and I have like my painting box at home with all the colors, I have my canvas, and then I have like colors in there, you know, I don't know, like blue, red, white, yellow, whatever, you know, and then you're looking at these colors and you don't feel inspired. And then there's another kind of blue. It's not really like any different, maybe just a tad more white in there, maybe it's glowing a little bit more, maybe there is some warm character into the, maybe just like mixed like 1% of something brown, blackish, I don't know, or some kind of a green ingredient or whatever. But if I feel inspired by it, I probably get to an idea of you know, painting something, assuming I would be a painting. I mean, I paint sometimes, but it's just far from being good. Hey Bernie, how are you? So coming back to topic, I think if you find some synth plugin that looks intuitive, so as you can see here, and by the way, the music you're still hearing is not a demo of that synth. We check it out in a second. It looks pretty amazing, looks pretty cool. It's kind of like, I love stuff that is mysterious, you know, that you don't understand right away. And this is why I'm also a big fan of not reading of not reading manuals, because you can just hop into something and just check it out and see, does it make sense? Can you get something with it on an intuitive level? And if I just don't understand something, I just, of course, try to read the manual. Or, well, to be really honest, I would jump on YouTube and just browse for a tutorial instead of just reading, you know, black letters on a white paper. So we got lots of stuff here. This I find pretty amazing. So this is actually Peter, who is actually also, he told me the last time, he's living in Hamburg too. So that's pretty funny. I didn't meet him personally, but that will probably change. Hey Peter, another Peter, I think. Trust that everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope so. I at least had, well, currently I feel like a little bit, I'm just on the limit, like being overworked. I think I'd seriously like 1 or 2 or 3 weeks even off without anything. I'm like at a point currently where I really can't do this anymore. I just have to do something. Last time I took a day off and started, I think, playing Warzone for like 1 or 2 hours during you know, early noon. And I just had like a, you know, my conscience, I felt bad by doing it because I didn't feel like, you know, getting up and working on something, you know, so you make money and blah, blah, blah. But currently it's like, I don't know. But besides that, I feel pretty good. So as long as I can work out a little bit and have a bike drive or a run. So what else do we have here? So I just scrolled through this thing. Let's read for a second here. So we got the full specifications, unique and inspiring workflow based on sound colors. This is what I really like. More than 2,000 sound colors as building blocks for patches. So my first question would be, can I import my own stuff? But we will get to that. Unique sound surfing for selecting sound colors. Each sound color can be modified with spectral processing. Noise parameter adds musical noise specifically based on and turned to the selected sound color. So that all sounds pretty amazing. Virtual analog filters with resonance for sound effects, shimmer, delay, reverb, and phaser. So optional brick wall limiters. So I think we will just get through this by just taking a look at this. And I already loaded my new Studio One template, which is actually nothing really special actually. So we just load Abyss and just turn off the lovely music here. So just see what we can get out of this. So as I want to do it, I'm still young. You will bounce back in no time. Yeah, I'm 46. You know, I already, you know, consider that I'm still, and I feel young. But I mean, it's 46. It's not 26 anymore. You know, so I just have to. You definitely have to take care a little bit of yourself than I did probably within my 20s or something. So, but I will take care of that. Fortunately, I think I'm at this stage where I perfectly, or not perfectly, but where I know that I did something too much. And yeah, sometimes I have to be aware of this feeling, because let me just quickly switch back. Because sometimes I really feel that, and I don't care what people think right now about me, but I think every professional composer sometimes at least feels like this too. But sometimes I'm at a point where music is absolutely annoying to me. Seriously, I seriously say this. I don't care if somebody is potentially watching this right now and said, hey, I just wanted to hire Alex because of his awesome music, and just let him work on a new game. And now he said, like, sometimes he feels really annoyed to make music. No. To be honest, I don't care about if I would lose a gig right now because of this, but I just want to be really honest. Sometimes I'm at a point where I'm absolutely fed up with music. Sometimes I just hate it. I don't want to even sometimes. I recently, it's a little bit a few months ago, but I had a buddy and he was like, I just have to show you a track that it's so awesome. And I was like, no, No, hell no. I don't want to listen to any music right now. Actually, we were talking on Skype, playing something, playing a video game. I think it was Warzone, but he was like, I just have to show you a new track. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to listen to music right now. And I seriously, and I open say this, that I have this sometimes, that I'm sitting there, I'm absolutely annoyed by music. I hate opening Cubase Studio One. I hate opening every sample library or whatever. I simply feel like this is absolutely, something that I don't like doing. And I know that when I'm at this point that I have to force myself to work on something, the first thing is the music starts to sound shitty. This is just what's happening. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Yeah, that's a nice UI. Let's actually switch back in a second. Yeah, so I just have to be really careful. And the moment, as soon as I started to relax for like 2 or 3 days, maybe on the weekend where I just have to take care of my family, and I don't have any, brain left to think about music. Maybe under the week, there's like 1 or 2 days I can, switch off my brain doing something completely different. And then I slowly, notice, oh, I just want to compose some music. I just want to get something going. And so I know I don't really hate music. I don't hate, my digital audio workstations or my sample libraries and plugins and everything. I just love it to death. But the thing is, sometimes I have this moment that I just feel like annoyed by doing this. And I think it's connected to that I'm doing this on a professional level. So if I would be a hobby composer right now or getting right into the business, I would probably say, what the heck's this guy talking about? Music is so awesome. How can he be annoyed by this? But it's the same. It's actually the same as if you working in an office and you just sit on a computer all day, or you just, copy whatever. You just, how do you say, not copy, you just have like a, like this copy machine, where you just put papers on it and you just copy that stuff. And I think it's the US people or English speaking people, they have a specific name for this, which is also the brand of one of these copying machines. But I think anyway, or whatever, just painting walls or something. And then I think everybody says this sometimes, more or less. I hate my job, and then sometimes, okay, you just go on vacation, you just take your time off, and then you start having some fun at it again, at least of course with creative jobs. But yeah, Tony R, careful about burnout, Alex. Yeah, I think I have been there a long time ago, that I felt like this burnout, but I didn't check this alarming signal. I was just working, sometimes 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And now with 46 years old, I can clearly say it was only partly worth it, because hard work doesn't mean that you sit there for like 16 hours a day. It means that you work as efficient as possible. You can work 4 hours or 6 hours a day and be more productive than ever if you just take care, if you just, how do you say, like, cherish or comfort or, take care, maintain your brain and your mind. And I think if I would have started earlier with, workout, sport, running, meditation, even some yoga exercises or something, I probably would have been able to prevent a lot. And this is what I turn to. If there is a job coming on and, hey, we just have to, you just get like that much money. Or very often I say, no, I don't do it, because I just feel like I have this 1 or maybe 2 projects I'm working on. And I have been on these phases where I just accepted work. Project 1, I accepted project 2. Then there was another project 3 coming along. And the thing was, the people from project 3 said, we are starting at, date X, whatever, date X. And I knew from project 1 that it's finished a little bit before project 3 should start. So I would just work on project 1 and 2, and then suddenly the guys from project project 3 say, okay, we just have to start like 2 weeks earlier. And the guys from project 1 say, can you do like 1 or 2 more tracks? Or you need to do some reviews and reworks. And then you're just getting into Hell's Kitchen, because you're getting into trouble, you know, getting all that stuff done. And then suddenly you realize, okay, project 3 is easy. Along comes project 4, and then it just all staggers upon each other. And then in the worst case, none of these customers are paying. So it takes like 1, 2, or 3 months until you receive like the first invoice, disregarding if you already called someone and said, hey, I'm done with working, you know, just pay me. So this is like the worst thing. You just want to take a few days off, but you can't, because money is like, you know, your bank account is diving into the red numbers, into the red colored numbers. And this is really a problem. And you hardly get out of this. And the younger you are, and the more, you know, like new you are to this industry, there is not really a problem when this happens. But the longer you're into this, you really realize there are these alarming signals that you don't enjoy something, and then you just have to turn it off. You just have to reject a few gigs and say, no, I'm not working on this, you know, just I'm really sorry. Even if I lose something, my health is worth more than anything. Okay. So I was just drifting off here. Hey, Jonathan, I feel that. I'm just like so tired right now. Haven't made any music in a couple of weeks. Sometimes the brain just needs a break. Exactly. This is exactly how it is. Hey, movie soundtrack. Hey, from Russia. Hey, from Hamburg. Time and health management. Yeah, this is very, very important. Creativity is fed by lots of things, and just live your life. Hey, all from Canada. Hey, David. Yeah, I mean, if I can give any advice, you know, and if you just ever accept one piece of advice from me, it would be really just take care of your brain. I mean, if your computer starts acting weird, what do? You just reboot it. And if our brain starts to act weird, we just totally don't care about it. It's just like it is. We just eat like crap all day. We don't move. We sit for like 8 hours on one chair, hardly moving, and we constantly worry about some kind of like a deadline. We don't, you know, we seemingly not being able to get done because we don't care about ourselves. This is the problem, you know. And as soon as you start saying, hey, I have this 6-hour deadline, let's just go for a walk for 1 hour, and let's have another, you know, like a sports session, or just go to the park and just, you know, just lay down and put your belly to the sun, and you just have 4 hours left. I promise you, you write way better music in these 4 hours. And you're way more productive than sitting there for like 6 hours straight right from the beginning and worrying, what should I write? What should I write? You know, it's really crazy. Okay, so let's have a listen to Abyss. So the first thing I want to do, and again, this is intuitive here right now, right? It's as I said before, I didn't check the manual or anything. I just want to play a few notes here and see what is going on here. Okay, I know this is stupid, but what I really like about is when you have like and it seems like every note let me just quickly load up a limiter because ears. Just setting this, not doing anything with it, but not trying to change any sound, just to protect your ears. So let's just check out a few of these presets. So we got pad sounds, we got drone sounds, we got eventually I think synth sounds more in a classical sense. We got pulses, we got noise. So let's check out a few pad here. What was this Abyss patch? It's probably like the initial, or is it in some folder here right now? Let me just check. So what I know that what category this was. So it's probably like the initial, because I don't see it in any of the folders here. Should we just Alien Seas? Ahab. So let's just check out a few pads here. So that sounds really amazing. And yeah, I just tried to play a few different notes, but you hear that there are some kind of like fifth or I didn't exactly pay attention to the intervals. But so it's probably not like single notes you can play around and do something with it. I just use it more as like a basic pad. But this was, again, just one pad. Let's just go and check out a few more of these things here before we do get into all these things here. And look at this, like, wow, this is amazing. You know, you can just, you know, you instantly, this is the funny thing. When I see something like this, I feel instantly inspired only by the GUI. And I'm just a design nerd. I just take care of fonts. I just, you know, if I see like Comic Sans, or however you pronounce it, the font, I'm just getting like, I'm becoming mad because this is such a weird font. But everything that you see here is, you know, that something really took care about designing this all, because even like the, you know, I just always want to point on the screen here, but I forget I have the mouse here. So even the distance between all these things, you know, this is all kind of stuff I just always take care of. You know, what is if you just hover over here and you just see it's all like sorted out, it looks really amazing. I have the same thing when I look, for example, at something from Native Instruments, like Straylight was the library, and this looks just amazing. You feel inspired by these. I think there was like some kind of like a monument and some fog. It looked a little bit like Dune, something on there, and I just instantly feel inspired by something like this. So let's check out. I'm just holding the key here, not doing anything else. Trying some mod wheel. So it seems like with the mod wheel I can just control this dirt thing here, but I'm pretty sure if I just oh shit. I did something. And to be honest, I didn't know what I did. All I know that there's okay. Yeah, we get to that. Let's listen to some more sounds first here. we could make this a meditation stream, you know, just holding one key and I'm trying to talk to you very softly and gently about closing your eyes, taking a deep breath. Hey Dirk, how are you? Plauts, exactly. So let's just head on, let's just play something here. So you can see if I'm pressing the key harder right down here, let's move on. Oh, there you can see that I'm doing something to with this is such an aftertouch. This is such a stupid word, I think. But maybe it's just because I'm German that this seems to be, you know, funny. Anyway. Okay, let's have some more. Holy moly. So maybe I have to take a look to the manual to just find out what is going on here exactly. Okay, enough pads for now. There is so much, you know, there's still... it's also funny, at first moment you look at this and you just see these are just presets. You know, this is not like all the combinations that you can come up with by using or by what this plugin has to offer. So let's check out this one here. That's really low. So oh. I had to touch the mod wheel once. Hey Norman, how are you? So let's move on and check some more drones. I should finally find some sound in. So let's fool around a little bit with these. So this seems to be some... It seems to be like a complex impulse response thing, reverb, that consists of, I don't know, combined with whatever, I don't have any clue. So I think it's some kind of like a reverb thing, and then we have so this is probably delay because it says delay time and repeat. I think so. So we got, what do we got here? Can't hear anything. Maybe I don't have something not connected. I just want to jump back. So what do we get here? The sound engine of Abyss combines the rich and deep textures. Of course, there is a virtual analog filter. Oh, look at this. I can just... Yeah, but it doesn't say anything what each of these is. But that makes it, I think that makes it even different, even more interesting. It sounds like a phaser. Yeah. Check some more sounds. And it's also funny because the names change here. I think I've seen that on Enrage, where you can, on this plugin, where you can change or define names. And I think, oh, okay, I see. It's not just the names, it's different algorithms. Man, this is like crazy. Okay, so these were drones. We're still here on drones. Let's check out some synth, whatever. It sounds like as if there is like an entire Valhalla Shimmer plugin in this library. Expat. I like it when there's, you know, lots of stuff going on, like delays something and reverbish sound, but then you can stop it completely. I think this would be completely great to write some kind of like a Tenet soundtrack with this. No, like having some distorted sirens below this, like something, and some kind of like odd. So I just have to see how this thing works. So we got mod wheel here. So if I just move the mod wheel, but I just have to, must be some kind of a thing where I can connect this with a mod wheel or something. I don't know. I just probably have to read the manual, but... Oh, okay. I think I got it. So okay. So I think if the mod wheel is full, this means it's like here. And if the mod wheel is very... Okay, and this is, I think, like the average level. So if I just put the mod... Also, I inverted it. That's funny. Oh, that's so cool. So you can invert stuff. This is what I... Oh, okay, let's put it like... Well, at least I made it to auto... oops, no, that was mod wheel. Okay, so I can just... but the cool thing is I can invert these things. So when I move the mod wheel up, the cutoff goes down. But if I just have it on the reso, on the resonance, if we just put that up, so I can move this, you know, contrary to each other. This is so awesome. I just have to somehow find a way. So this would be more extreme. Oh, I can also control this, the cutoff with aftertouch. So press, okay, so let's... Okay. I think that was the problem, that I didn't know that press also controlled the cutoff, but... it doesn't control actually anything of... Oh, that's... Oh, okay, okay. I think I... Okay. Yeah, this is what I wanted. And actually, I just want to have resonance. But if I just move this, it doesn't... No, it just keeps it. Oh my God. I think I understand it right now. So if you just... okay, okay. Now it makes sense. I got it. So if you just press on this thing, all these controls here are just for resonance. If you hit here, everything you see here is for pitch. So I could say if I move the pitch down and if I move the mod wheel down like this, I can control the pitch in an inverted way. That makes it even better to use it for something like when you just have to write something in the style of Ludwig Göransson, you know, Tenet or something, because you can invert things. Get it? See what I did there? So not funny. So, but so let's turn on some reverb. It sounds like some kind of an ostinato or something. Hey Nadja, hey Pearl. That's really amazing. I'm definitely this will be my new toy. If there is lots of please, you know, this is also funny. Then you try something like this and then you feel instantly inspired that you beg for a gig coming along where you just have to write some kind of like atmospheric, kind of like space. This would also be cool, you know, to use it on something like, I don't know. There was this movie once, the Europa Report, that played on this moon of, was it Saturn? Is Europa a Saturn moon, or is it Jupiter? I think it's Saturn moon. I'm not really sure. So it was kind of like connected between, I think, ice and water and, you know, deep stuff, deep sea stuff level. As far as I know, I don't exactly remember. And and space. So it would be something like this, or actually, the movie Abyss, you know, which was kind of like a sci-fi movie underwater. So which was probably an inspiration for this synth also. But that's pretty amazing. So you can control all of these things. So the press, if you just have aftertouch on your keyboard and you just move it up. And you just move it somewhere, and then you can see also change the colors. So you can say you change the level that you can control with aftertouch. So you can make it louder. The more I press, the softer it gets. And of course, you could do this the other way around. The harder I press, the louder it gets. But there's so much you can do with this. This is absolutely cool. Okay, so we got this. Now I think I need a rest, and let's just hop in and check out some more sounds here. And what I also find cool, the sounds necessarily don't sound, you know, kind of like what happens when you just put like a patch into contact. Let's get rid of. Yeah, anyway. If you just put a sound into contact and you just pitch it very high, the sounds don't sound pitched. So I'm not really sure if it's like the engine, if this is. They don't sound, you know what I mean when you hear like this overpitched signal something, these fractions, especially on high notes. Okay, let's hop over to pulses. So I assume when you press here, you also have a limiter activated. And now let's hop, let's listen to a few more sounds and then I hop over to the edit screen. We didn't even check this out. Oh, it was Jupiter, thanks. So this would also make an interesting signature sound, you know, when you just have like a trailer track. Oh, this is the delay, of course. So I would just have to do some... But I think I could do like an automation that the mod wheel... I'm not sure if I can do that. I mean, I could just cut it away. I would probably just record it to audio. Render this little signal to audio, just time sync it, and then just cut away the ending. Awesome, thanks so much for following. Thank you so much. So let's check out some more sounds. Atari. Okay, so this is pretty funny. It reacts to releasing the key, to the release. Hey Pete, how are you? Thanks for being here. So let's check out some more. We got some noises here. Man, this is really some amazing stuff. So let's just initiate all sliders. Okay, so it's not like a... Oh, there's a manual. Look at this. you can directly open the manual and just read through all the stuff I don't like to read. So there is so much more to this thing. I just want to explore this with you guys. So that's why I don't read anything right now. So let's hop over to the edit screen. And this is like really cool because I made sure to just have this plugin installed correctly before I started the stream, of course, and to just to check and see if everything works all right. And then I found out I already went to this edit screen because I absolutely wanted to know what this is. And so what you can basically do, as far as I remember, is just mark something here. Oh no, it's all. It's kind of like not worked with drag and drop. I think. I was able to drag something. Oh, like with the left mouse button. Let me just load another patch again because I just want to see the colors. Yeah, okay. So and you can grab. It was the right mouse button. You can just grab the sound. Let's grab this one. So right mouse button, and you just grab it to here, and then you see these sliders going up and down, and this is when you start hearing the sound that I just picked to this. So let's use this one and move it here. Okay, this is sorry, I just destroyed everything. This is the random button. I could also read, you know, because it says click to create a random gradient based on the slider settings in the edit page. I know that now. So let's start again. Let's put this here. Let's delete this one with right double click. Very warm in the UK. Hope it's not too bad where you are. I'm starting the 90-day trial tonight, but I know it's gonna be a purchase. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. So we just had some hot days here, and I should probably lower my voice and talk like this when I just listen to this sound. Yeah, but we had some little decent rain and temperatures are going down, so it's kind of like okay. Better to sleep. Hey, Infinite Constellations. Good to see you live again. By the way, I came back alive after visiting the dentist. That's great to hear. I would have assumed so, you know, by seeing you here. But I think I just recall that, you know, that we talked about this. Yeah, I'm just finally back. I just had too much work going on. And there was also a thing that I sometimes put myself under this pressure that I don't need to put myself on, you know, because when you just release weekly videos on YouTube and you start live streaming, you just try to do it on a regular basis because there is some kind of like an expectation building also, you know, and I don't want to disappoint. I'm not very good at disappointing people. If this happens, then I don't feel very good, you know. I can't just easily push that aside and say, yeah, you know, that happens, you know, something like this. So I kind of like have this thing. Not really pressure, but yeah, kind of like it's a pressure when you think, oh, you have to do a live stream this week because you do it every week. If you don't do this, people will be disappointed, you know. And also like the little bit of the algorithm of YouTube. But I think that's also a reason why I changed, or currently, let's say, not really changed. I'm still there trying to make up my mind. But as far as I think, I just want to go to YouTube or stay on YouTube when it comes at least to music streaming, to you know, international, like English speaking music streaming, and also the tutorial videos talking about libraries or something. And I will definitely keep my Twitch account, but I'm probably doing something else with it. I'm not really sure what. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's doing these on German. Some music stuff on German. I'm not really sure, but talking about that pressure, sometimes when I just have too much work or I just can't do something, live streaming or video, I just have to learn that it's totally cool to not release something for 1 and 2 weeks, because I'm not that much of a nerd to follow this. You know, it's like I'm not on a YouTube channel with like 10 or 50 people. This channel, thanks to you guys, has grown to almost 12,000 people already. I think it's just like or I think like 11,400. So it's like 600. But compared to the 11,000, it's just like a little tad to go to the 12K. So it's not like that I constantly have to, you know, do something like every 3 or every 2 days, which I would love to. But then, of course, I just try to cut it down sometimes, because the health is more important. Okay, so let's just let's take this aggressive thing here and just sneak it up here. So what I have to find out is how you can. I think you do these with these LFOs here. Just a guess. Yes. Okay, so, haha. So this is probably the upper one, and this is the lower one. So I'm just following some kind of logic here. No, it's both, actually. But what is the other one then? Oh, the 2. Okay, so they are both. So it's set to poly. So if I sync those, what do we have here? Oh, another one. So this should be like the ASDR or ADSR. I'm such a noob. I'm confusing that all the time, but totally don't care. So I mean, okay, so you can, the quantity of the points. Oh, look, you can even drive. You can even draw that stuff. Man, this is crazy. You can invert it. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean that's helpful actually, not shit. So yeah, I'm probably don't grab this. Can't grasp this, what is happening with all these things here. So we got also some arpeggio. So man, this thing is crazy. I mean, I could go on for hours and play around with this thing, but I think we get a good understanding. So what I actually think, it's very easy to understand even though you have that many controls going on, I mean, I hardly didn't get into anything. So we get like straight, and so we got higher, if straight and higher values make the currently selected timbre more static, like a classical oscillator voice. Then we have detail, lower value makes the currently selected timbre softer and thinner. So we get like all these things here. Okay, so you can only... No. Okay, so I thought you can control, additionally, you can control these things like the pitch here and the level here with a mod wheel, but you can, I mean, that's enough. I mean, you just have the mod wheel here to just control these things, and just you can probably tune all these... Okay, so that's pretty annoying actually, but very helpful to have, because you can hold this sound and just play it back. Fine tune it. And then you can pick the other sound here. So I don't want to, you know, sound like the lazy guy, but this thing is so complex. You could basically spend like 20 minutes and set up all these controllers, set up all these things, and then you hit one key and you would be able to get like a, you know, like one sound that could be the basic or the root sound for like an entire documentary, and like an underwater documentary, huh? But I mean, that's the cool thing. You could find an element that could be available in all, you know, the tracks that you have to write. I mean, that's also like a thing to just keep like, you know, the same style when you just compose a documentary. So most of the time we would look forward to just stick with the orchestra and maybe, you know, don't use any brass, just woodwinds and strings. Maybe just put like long reverb effects on it if it's just like an underwater documentary, just for that example. But it's also cool, I think, if you just have like some kind of like a synth sound that is always there, that you can always hear in every track that does something, but you just change the instruments you use to write, let's say like your 10 tracks that have to be like 3 minutes or whatever, you know, for the appropriate scene. So I just wanted to check the website again because of the price. So it's $129. I mean, at first, of course, in times when you just have like 10, 50 or 100, you know, dollar synth out there, this looks like, if you just compare the price, of course, but you also have to, you know, at this point understand that this is not just a few sounds. I mean, just take me as a comparison, my little sample library store. This is like, I'm doing that. I feel that something has, you know, was missing, that there was no downers or no risers dedicated library, for example. So I just built like a few hundred sounds and just map them on some keys. But what is going, and the only thing that you could do, like controlling, I mean, that's an advantage too, because you don't get lost in something, was just like a little you know, like a filter that you could just control. Yeah, control the filter basically with a mod wheel. But what you can do here is pretty complex, and you don't need any kind of like an additional, let's say, like you know, contact or anything. It's just like I probably it has been created in Wise or something. I'm not really sure. Could be, but it says like that Peter is mathematician. How do you say that? Mathematician. A math guy. So he's probably into coding too and understands all these things. And that what makes it so interesting. And it's probably, this is what the only thing I'm going for. And this is like how I personally justify the price. If I think something inspires me, well, I'm still trying to get used to this. Meranta, thank you so much for following my channel. I really appreciate. So this is how I justify buying something. If it inspires me, if it brings me along, and I of course always let me switch. Of course, I always try to see that in a professional point of view. You know, this is like, can I does it get me somewhere, you know? And does it just bring me, if you would see that entire process of getting new instruments from like somebody who is, you know, in a desert during like this deadline, you know, you just have to work. And of course your job is fun. I love working when I'm inspired, when my brain is rebooted, when I'm fresh, when I'm relaxed and everything. Of course, leaving that aside, I love my job, right? So, but like this deadline, until you get to the deadline, it's like being you in the desert without water. And if there's something that brings me along, you know, if there's something, I can buy a great bucket of water for like $120, and it just helps me to get closer to my deadline, then I don't care if I spend these $129 when the money is coming back. You know, when the money is coming back in, because it will come back anyway. And again, I'm just appreciating if you're just a hobby guy, if you're just doing this, you know, of course, then $129 is pretty steep. If you're a student, you know, if you had some troubled times or anything, or depending on the country where you're coming from, this is also like a little bit of a disadvantage on the internet, you know, that you can have everyone watching from everywhere. And I'm sitting here from snobby Germany, you know, just saying it like this as this professional, you know, and saying like, wow, 129, it's kind of like a steal when you just connect it. So I really, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong here, but I'm just seeing this from this professional standard. And professional, I just mean if you're working in the industry, if you're just making your money with the stuff that you produce inside your digital audio workstation, then I think it's pretty fair. You know, considering all these, it's like your professional underwater machine, you know. Or this is also something I mentioned this before when it comes to. I mentioned this before when I forgot what I wanted to say. I think I was distracted by Tyler's comment. It might look nicer if you angle the camera down a little. Because you can't see what I'm doing with my hands, right? So let me just do that for a second here. But I just kept the camera is dropping. So do it like this, so you can see all the stuff and all the mess that is currently, you know, in these shelves, because I didn't, you know, clean up yet. So I hope that's a little bit better. Hey Alex, hi Alex, I found your videos today. New follower, good to see you live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Okay, so I forgot my red line, what I was about to say about this. But yeah, I mean, we all have like tools, you know. If you have like a carpenter and that person got tools for the specific thing, I can't name all the tools, but they have like a a screwdriver, if you just want to put like a screw into some kind of wood. They have a hammer. They have like all the other tools I can't name because I don't know the English words for this. But they get all these tools. And what is also happening very often, that's what I want to say, what I also mentioned before in other streams, is when you have that it happens a lot in the game world, that people say, that the producers say, well, you just want some synth-based stuff, but it has to sound organic. And I mean, if you just open, let me just quickly open Repro, which is like probably the most, I don't know, unorganic sound. It's like, so you're getting that gig of that sci-fi game, and how can you make this sound organic? Of course you can put like some filters to it, and just like some automations or some delay or whatever, but it's still that nagging sawtooth, or and you can write all these yeah, but it still stays that shitty synth sound. Man, if you just open something, and you just play something to the producer like this and says like, does that sound organic? They would probably say, hell yes, this sounds really organic. So just, you get the gig, and then it's really easy to just put in some other stuff that is, more synth focused, with just a little bit of reverb on top, because the sound is already giving you that illusion that stuff sounds really organic. It's like that little stuff that is, floating around in the background. Hey, 70 Years Phobe, how are you? Na hallo. Oh God, I just miss German so much when talking. So I will probably use my Twitch channel for doing music stuff in German. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe I just do something completely different. Maybe I just do everything else, which kind of like brings me to the next point. If you guys still have a little bit of time, because I think we talked enough about Abyss now. I just removed the tracks and the instruments. And it kind of like brings me back to what we were talking about before, because I recently started or got into something that is called, or I don't know how you pronounce it, Magica or Magica Voxel. And this is this little program, which is actually for free. And that allows you to create voxel-based art. And I recently got into this, and I just wanted to do something. There was this point, when I still carry this thing around with me. And I tried so much, actually, just where I can get into something where I can just get a little bit passionate about, which is not hobby related, like, video game playing or just bicycle ride or something, but just doing some other creative work that is completely different from doing music. And so what I just want to do right now is just here opening my and show you something what I created with. I just posted it also to Facebook already, but what I want to do is just try to come up and do a little bit of music, maybe just like a short, where is it? Come on. Here. So I just did that little picture. And this is really funny because I just did that with this software, Magica or Magica Voxel, or however you want to call it. And baby, voxel art is like playing Minecraft, but without the game. So, and what I want to do, so I just designed this little, it looks like, how should you describe this? It's like as somebody took like a sample from an RPG or something, where you can go in and you just see like this cave entrance, and there's some glowing light coming out of this, and you see like there's some kind of like a window thing, and you have to see that if you discovered this already, this kind of like a dark door where you don't know where it's leading to, and the challenge actually is that this thing is just 64 pixels times 64 and 64, and it's not pixel, it's voxels, so it's basically like little cubes, right? And then at the end you can render this entire thing, and you can put light to it. You can emit, make things glow. You can make things reflect like the water surface, but in the end it looks like a little bit of a cube from something. And there is some, if you just Google voxel art, there are some really, really amazing artists out there that basically build all these things from, with these programs. I think there are a few other applications, but I don't want to kill myself actually. So I just try to think and get into this. And I think this is something that I'm going for a little bit more. But don't worry, I don't want to get, right now talking into designing some kind of like pixels or doing something, but voxels, I mean. But I just wanted to come up with a little bit of music for this picture. And what I later want to do is just do like a little video. Maybe I do like a dedicated, YouTube channel or something where I'm just posting these things. So, because you also have to understand that if you do that or if I would do that on my main YouTube channel, it would probably distract a few people. Because suddenly they see, besides people that are interested in library and music creation and trailer music and video games music, suddenly see like voxel art. So what is going on here? I'm unsubscribing. I had this a few times actually when I back then, posted some test screens from my PlayStation. When I got my PlayStation, I was able to share something directly to YouTube, or from when I released my first course about balanced artist, where I just suddenly posted like videos and people were like, what the heck's going on here? What does it has to do with music? And in a sense, I was with this mentality. I was like, well, it's my channel, I can do whatever I want. But in a sense, you have to understand that you have a little bit of a responsibility of what you're posting. So if I suddenly start what I also did, like a little medley of Modern Warfare, highlight kills or something, like a kill cam or something, what does it have to do with music? So I totally understand suddenly when 50 people instantly hit like the unsubscribe button and they are gone. And so I just want to be aware a little bit of this and probably create a new YouTube channel. I think I already did like an Instagram channel for this, but I just posted this first picture. So what I want to do is just create like a little bit more art. Maybe it would be also something funny that you could do for like an NFT based art or something. Alex, exactly. You might be able to 3D print it as well, right? So you could just give it away to somebody and people could recreate it with a 3D printer, or I could, of course, get my own 3D printer and do that, which would probably cost a hell of a lot of resources. And I wouldn't be able to just recreate the glows and everything. But that would be funny to do something like this in real, like a physical thing, coming up with these things. But anyway, I was just looking forward to think about because I always have this money approach. I just want to turn everything I do into money at some point, at least. The fun is always on the how do you say, a priority that I just want to enjoy something. So fun and being passionate about something is always up there. I started music because I was passionate about this and not because, hey, I can get the chicks, I can get the money. It's kind of funny when you see like, I actually knew one drummer. He started drumming because he wanted to get the chicks wanted to, meet girls. That would be like the appropriate. But as they say, I just want to get the chicks. That's why I started to be a drummer. And this is like when you lose already, because if you just go start doing something with that approach, this is not turning out well. So, but anyway, I still have this money approach into this. So eventually I could imagine myself creating some NFT based art for this and see what happens, you know. And I just don't want to, because so many people just put the music, put the pictures up there or their art, but not music. And I think my main thing, you know, my main job is being a composer. So maybe I could combine these things both. And I just thought a little bit about how or what can I do. And this is why you can see this little logo here, Tiny Adventures. So this is like what I want to start, like the series. Maybe there will be like a little town, you know, maybe there will be like a bigger cave or something, maybe like a tower, you know, like a magician's or sorcerer tower, whatever, you know, just whatever will happen. I will just surprise myself and see what is going on with this. But what I want to do is actually click this away and start writing something that could be the music behind this. And I think this would be interesting to start this, you know, live, because it would pressure myself a little bit. And I would, you know, yeah, I putting a little bit of pressure on myself, and it's like, you all see me failing again. And it's like, oh, what did he did here? You know, so... Peter, thank you for being so generous with your time. I will have to catch the rest of the webcast on the replay. My wife has friends over who have children, and I am the designated lifeguard. Pool time. So enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, that's also, since we talked about Twitch versus YouTube, this is also a great thing. I can recommend, or I think it's an advantage if you are a composer and you start about live streaming, that you do that on YouTube, because you don't have the DMCA stuff happening. Can you see? I'm just talking to just prevent from, you know, starting to write music, because I totally don't know what I will come up with. So yeah, but you could get rid of all the DMCA stuff, because even if you use music that is not yours, you would just get like a copyright claim, and that's it. So the only thing that would be is like, you can't monetize that video anymore. This is like, versus if this happens on Twitch, they could ban your channel, or they would just mute the audio of your stream. And I mean, if you don't know how to have like a dedicated a music channel and your voiceover, then your music would be, you know, muted, which is kind of like if you just talk about your music. And I mean, in my sense, if I would stream something from my 2 Steps from Hell, from Chaos Theory, from the album, I would do that on Twitch. It would be muted all the time. You know, you'd probably hear me just talking, while if I do that on YouTube, as I did before with the trailer insight videos that I did, it's not problem, even though it's my music. But you can see below that the rights go to Extreme Music, and that Nick Phoenix and Thomas Bergeson and me are actually the writers. But you get rid of this DMCA stuff. The other thing is, I got to this because Peter mentioned this, that you can catch the webcast or the replay later. It stays on YouTube forever. You know, if you just hop over to Twitch, it will get deleted after 2 months, and you just have to reach affiliate status. So this means like you have to have like 25 viewers, all kinds of different things that you have to fulfill in order to have your videos staying for 2 months. And if you don't save these videos, or if you download them and, you know, put them, but what is the point of taking down a Twitch live stream and just put it on YouTube? If this thing you can watch later, you could see the chat of what was happening next to the picture. So if I would upload a Twitch live stream on YouTube, I would just have to get like the chat inside, you know, on the screen, which would take space away. But what would be the point? It would be like a Twitch stream, you know. So I just want to make sure it's actually, I just wanted to make sure to open, and you will probably hear my audio twice real quick. Yeah. So I just wanted to get like the chat, because I know that you can't see specific happenings. So I just have to pop out the chat and put it on the side here. Can I just close this? Yes. Okay, so I just want to pop that chat over here because otherwise I can't see the actions that are really happening. Okay. So all I know what I want to do for this thing is oh, there's a question like Alray. But what if it's DMCA'd by your own music? Can you sort it out? Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening. That's what's happening with the music that I have. So first of all, yes, I mean, I'm just thinking too much. Let's put this with one. Let's start with one thing. In my case, my Two Steps from Hell music, or like the music I wrote for Two Steps from Hell. I'm not a part of Two Steps from Hell. I just had the pleasure to write this album for Nick and Thomas, and not for Nick and Thomas. It was released with Two Steps from Hell. Holy moly! Now I got it. So the music is released with Extreme Music. So if I just do a stream about my music, it gets DMCA'd. You get like a copyright strike. Sorry, a copyright claim. A strike is something completely different. A copyright claim, and this just means that you can't monetize the video. If you have your own video, you know, with some publisher going, for example, Epic Elite or something, and you get like a DMCA, you could whitelist your channel. This is what you could do. You could whitelist your channel. However, I couldn't do it because the publisher is Extreme Music, and there is money involved, right? I mean, like Two Steps from Hell gets like a shitload of streams. Stream money, you know, for all their music that is around on social networks, on social media, and so it's a different thing, you know. There is like this thing has been released by Extreme Music, so it's not really my music. It's music that I have written for Two Steps from Hell, which has been released by Extreme Music, and these are, you know, the owners, so to say, of the music. I mean, owner would be probably the wrong word, but you think, I think you know what I'm trying to say. So, however, you could whitelist your channel. Let me just sort out that window a little bit better here. So, okay. So, as for this thing, I know that I want to have this thing in being like this. I mean, this is like a mysterious cave. This is like the inside of some kind of like a mysterious cave. Maybe there's light coming from above something. I don't know. And I just want to have it not really spiritual, but yeah, kind of in a sense, mysterious, ethereal, because this is like, feels like somebody's coming in and just, you know, kind of like finding this temple or this thing, and just kind of finds like some, you know, Indiana Jones thing. But it's not more Indiana Jones. I feel it's like a little bit more, you know, RPG, video game like Minecraft, a little bit more sweet, but I just don't want to make the music also like, you know, 8-bit or something, but serious with orchestra and choir and everything. And I think something like maybe like 20 or 30 seconds for that would be probably enough to do so. So I'm just trying to think of something that I could do, that I could come up with, which kind of sounds sacred. Not spiritual, sacred, I think is the right word. And yeah, let's see. Just probably do some little, you know, let's try the, let's whatever, you know, let's load. Funny thing is, this afternoon I was looking at this picture and I thought I just have the ultimate idea on what to do, but it just totally disappeared. And I always think if something like this disappears, it wasn't good anyway. So Okay, I think I just want to... Do I have Vista in here already? No. Okay, anyway, I just want to start off with... I think I want to start off with some legato violins or whatever. So I'm just loading Vista. And I didn't finish strings. I didn't finish my template yet, so it's just... Okay, so I just... So I probably should fix that first. So we just want to have 3, 4. That's too fast, so maybe we just change... Okay. Oh shit. You know, like red light syndrome. So it sounds completely shitty when I listen to this because, you know, keyboard and me and okay, so let's just go somewhere. I got a hanging note that I never had this. I never had this before with this library. So just fix these things manually. So legato transitions and everything. Okay, so just like that little first idea, which is definitely nothing special. Let's record something. Maybe just overthinking it again. Let's just come up and... Can't even remember the keys. Okay, that sounds a little bit too hectic, so we just make this double time, half time. Okay. So also, did I set up my... I didn't even set up my... Oh, here we are. So I just have to get used to this, that the buses are at the front. Just set up some multiverb here. What do we use? Disney Hall for now. Hey, Matt. Hey, Jero. Hey, Alex. I sent you a question about a publisher that reached out to me on Discord. Maybe you know them, BSC. I can't find any info about them. It's okay to check it after the stream. Yeah, I will see. I will see. I actually don't know. I actually don't know them, but yeah, I can check this. I'm not really sure if I can do that after the stream, but we will see. Okay, so I just have to do some automation here. This. Not too much. Maybe something like this, I'm not sure. So just want to have it really gentle and soft and I think what would be a cool instrument to use here, I've introduced that one too on a recent stream. that would be. Just quickly have to check my phone. Okay, sorry. The Tyrolean harp. Let's check this out and just build like a little... I'm not really sure. Let me just turn the click down. No. Let's make it a little bit more medieval. I just need... Oh, this stupid scratch pad. It's just totally annoying. I don't know. Sometimes I hit like... Because I want to turn on and off the click, and then I just hit like the V, and it just opens that scratch pad that no one needs. Okay, just have to do like one more bar. I thought it's cool to just have like a 3-bar pattern, but obviously not. So let's make this also. Okay, just need to do these longer here. Alray, I was thinking exactly the same. Will I use Abyss for this track? I could be. I'm not really sure yet, but it could happen. It would be a little bit... I'm not really sure right now, because I'm not really sure if I would find like this the right element for this. And now I introduced that instrument, and I would just try it, and it wouldn't work, and I just, you know, skip like something that I've just introduced. So it would be kind of like a little bit unfair, but we will see. Oh, Jero, to answer your question, by the way, will you keep adding stuff to the course, or is there going to be a point where you say, okay, enough is enough? I'm really liking everything on there so far. Thank you so much. So just to answer this quickly, of course, there will be one point where I think, like, you know, it's enough, because this thing costs that much money, and at some point I just have to draw a line. But what will happen on there is that I'm constantly there answering the comments, and I will also have events going on. That will be a thing for sure. So for example, that we will do like a, I don't know, like the trailer track competition. But then again, I can't offer you, you know, to say like the winning track will be published with 2 steps from hell or epic score or anything. You know, this is not in my powers. But there will definitely more. I mean, for now, we got like these 3 songs from Chaos Theory in there. We got like the second exclusive song. So there's like 1 exclusive song already done. Now the second one is done from scratch. And I'm planning to do a 3rd one, which is completely different. I'm just really have to find out what we're doing. I was thinking about doing some underscore stuff where we just focus a little bit more on TV documentary and something like this. We will see, but for now, I will add stuff, of course. But I'm at some point in the future. I can't say if it's like 2 or 3 months from now. This is definitely the time that I need to add some stuff because I like to keep my promises. You know, there will be stuff coming, but of course, at some point, content-wise, I would say, okay, this course is complete. Just you know, because it's not like a monthly payment. At some point I have to see, okay, I've worked or I prepared for that many months or years and weeks recording of video. And then at some point, but we will see how the sales continue to do. You know, if it's like happening that, I don't know, like suddenly 200 more people buying the course, of course, there would be room for me to just improvise stuff or come up with more content. Hey, Dimitri. So let's continue this here. Let's continue that little harp pattern. Okay, let's use this harp pattern here. Where am I? I'm totally lost. Okay, so let's bring in some choirs. So we just have, not really sure which one. Why can't I load this directly into a, oh, I did it. That would be at least cool to just highlight it, you know, to just show that I just have it in there. So let's check out choir essentials. So we got like women. Okay, oh yeah, okay, we got some more stuff. So soprano legatos. Okay. Okay. For now, let's use the internal reverb. Where is reverb? Oh, here. Oh, man. No, I just want to have more. So anyway, but just... Okay. Oh God, no. Okay, it doesn't work with a harp, but I like... I should probably load. Just have to. This is Vista violins. Well, no, violin 1, and we just have a cello. Okay, let's record. Okay, let's make it simple. Okay, let's use this voice. OSC Solo by Audio Imperia. I bought it on my birthday a while ago. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. A fantastic collection. Yes, I think the same. Or I think alike. I just probably use it also on this one here. Because we need a few more. I don't like this part here. We don't even have dynamics yet. Just have to. I'll stay there with a note. Hey Sebastian, I already have a piece published by RSM, but every time I apply for a new piece, I get turned down. Yeah, I mean that happens. Besides the fact that the songs made it. Did I miss something? Did you write something before? Besides the fact that the song may not be good enough, is having songs already available on my Bandcamp page is a problem. And great live, thanks you as usual. Thank you so much. I think to answer that question, I mean, I had entire albums accepted by a trailer company and then an entire album rejected because with the feedback that it just sounded shit. You know, that stuff happens. So if something gets turned down, it doesn't mean that your music is bad. I mean, I assume you just, or I think you're just assuming, besides the fact that the song may not be good enough. I'm not really sure if you received the feedback that your song is not good enough and therefore it got turned down, or if it got turned down because maybe of other reasons. But for a psychological thing for us composers, it's always if you get rejected, it's always you suck. You know, it's just like the first thing we think, and I think there is a little bit of a we should take it slow. In a sense, and just say, okay, there could be other reasons, that too many people applied for something that they can, every publisher, every trailer house cannot, release albums on a daily basis. There has to be like a time frame when this stuff happens. So besides that, the fact that the song may not be good enough is having songs already available on my Bandcamp page a problem. So the thing is, you didn't receive feedback. So yeah, it could be anything. It could be just get turned down because they didn't have time, because you just have to realize you're not, and I mean, I don't mean this in an offensive way, but you're not the only composer on this planet. So it can easily be that they received like 100 tracks during the last month, which is I really don't want to be in the shoes of Two Steps from Hell or Position Music or any other immediate music big company that receives music on a daily basis. So I see a little bit of a problem if you didn't receive feedback and then you put your stuff on Bandcamp and sell it, and then I mean it wouldn't be a problem because when your song would get accepted, you could still take it down from Bandcamp. This is not the problem. The problem starts when you get it, DMCA'd, when you just get it registered, and then you get in trouble with, because you have, for example, Epic Elite or whatever company, as your publisher, and then suddenly there is a clash between the publisher of Really Slow Motion. So I would make sure that your song is definitely not registered with another publisher as long as you don't have any feedback. But yeah, this would be the only thing that I would take care of. I also wouldn't apply to several trailer companies with the same song, because in the end, you just get like a lucky grip and you just, have two chances of, one chance with two companies. And then you have to say, I just already introduced this to another company. You probably lose both companies. So don't like this here. It sounds clashy. Okay, let's put some woodwinds in here. Let's make it like a world. Let's use, what do we have in, can I look for companies too? Yes, let's load up some jade. I would just have to listen to a few of these. Xiao. Yeah, this is what I hear. We could have used, like, you know, in the sense of Lord of the Rings, something like the flute, but it sounds too lame, too orchestral. I'm sorry, orchestra guys. So, but sometimes I think it's cooler to have something that is a little bit world instrumentish, like, and I absolutely know that I want to have shimmer on this one here. No, concert hall. Okay, just want to have these little slurs in there. Okay, something like this. It sounds very kind of like this is what I connect with being, you know, with sacred, or that there's something holy in this. It's probably a little bit too much. To be shorter. So something like this. This is what I really like about Studio One, that you can instantly do some gain staging right away, because all the instruments, everything I'm doing is pretty soft right now. So and I also think that I want to put some timeless on the harp, because it would be just lame to use like a normal reverb, right? So that sounds pretty cool. It's kind of like weird, something from out of this world, which is what I want to have. Okay. Just need to play these. And now I can just copy. Okay. Oh, just... Oh. I have an idea. I couldn't just... Matt, thanks so much. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like a an ugly start for me to just get the basic chords and everything done, because yeah, I could practice keyboard. But then again, let me just find that library. But then again, you know, if once I got the grip, I think stuff turns out to be quite okay. I just want to, it's kind of like because I forgot the name. You guys have to help me because Musical Sampling released these awesome women vocal libraries, female vocal libraries. But I forgot the name, forgot the names of the library. This is embarrassing. So I just have to. Because this would fit absolutely perfect into this track. But I think the library was named like the singers. No, I'm not really sure. Was it? I should probably have to go on the... Damn. I just have to work on this. Let me just find out. Okay, one was Amy. I just want to have the both because I think in one and the other one was Maggie. Yes, Amy and Maggie. So I just not sure where did I... Come on, where is it? Oh, here he is. Here you are. Because I think this would be really... Okay. I just realized it got a little bit of an Amelia Brightman touch. It kind of sounds like her. Let me just load Maggie. It sounds kind of weird, I know, but... I think... I'm sorry, Amy, but... I think I like this voice more. Oh, here we are. Oh shit, just ruined it. We should do some more variation at the end. So what time, how much time did we... I'm so happy that they finally implemented this ruler so you can see the bars ahead and the seconds also. So I think I wouldn't make this, to be honest, really any longer, maybe a little bit. I'm not really sure. I also want to make sure that I'm staying in that, you know, it's just kind of like weird, but staying with that, having that with that social media in mind, because on Instagram you can just upload a video of 50 seconds. As far as I know. I mean, you could do more and then would just switch to that weird Instagram TV. I don't know, but I think it would be a little bit... I would just leave it to the post, to the picture post. Hey, wait, no, it's not an ADO vocalist. It's let me just open this again. It's just have to be careful again with my browser here. It's Maggie, Emotionally Gato by Musical Sampling. They did like 2 vocal libraries, Maggie and Amy, and they sound... I mean, I played Amy before. I just played the sample library of Amy before. So yeah, and I thought I just wanted to have something on top of the choir. So we got Maggie in here. We just layer it a little bit more, so we have something that is kind of like reminds us on monks when they just singing on top. And I think it would be really funny to have like a moving male choir singing on top here. But I just want to have like, I'm not sure. Basses, tenors. Oh, oh. It's like you know, it's like being in the swimming pool with a couple of monks, and you just have like cold water, you know, just. Oh! Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. This is not... I just had the overlap on. I just have to see if I just put it on... Oh, there's also overlap on the choirs, so I just have to get rid of this here. So there's this little overlap button, so I just want to have this. Okay, we have to lower the range. I'm not sure, just have to fool around a little bit and test. Try this. Hmm. No. Okay, try it. That sounds pretty cool, I think. So we just have the choir section and we just have to double this. No, I don't need to double anything, I think. That in the choir folder. So these are choir men. This is women. Hey Maisley, yeah, to be honest, I don't care if if what register they singing. If I like it, what I hear, and if it fits the mood, because the thing is, as I said before, we are just trying to make music to this thing, and I don't care about rules. You know, if I think the tenors sound great at this range, I would use them. You know, or if I would feel like having basses in the upper range, something. You know, there have been classical composers doing like, I think it also was like a sacred, like a church song. I don't remember exactly who it was or what was the track. The composition, not the track. And he used trombones that high that the players hardly could play it. And he had them so soft that you really weren't able to make out what this instrument was, because it sounded not like trumpets and also not like horns, because it was trombones, but it played that high, and he created like really cool, I think he just played like triads or something, but it sounded really kind of like holy, because it was that kind of like metalish tone, but very bright, and kind of like really strange. I don't remember who it was, but so in the end, you know, it's like, to me, this thing is this is something that strikes me sometimes, you know, not like just gently, when there is something, for example, like Lord of the Rings, and you're just doing music for Lord of the Rings, and somebody would say, yeah, but this is not how you would use something in the orchestral traditional sense. I would ask myself, do magicians and sorcerers and hobbits really exist? No. So why keep it also always realistic with the music? I think a certain type of bell, maybe Glockenspiel, might work for a nice background touch. There I was able to speak German, Glockenspiel. So another idea, try a polyphony with at least 2 voices on the same women for the 4th bar. Yeah, there is room to play something. I would just probably try a tubular bell, but just having that tubular bell on one blah, blah, blah. Do I already have melodic percussion? I just forgot where I have a tubular bell. No, there was one. I think I have to load some Spitfire. BBC. What takes you so long to load? So we have some stuff in here, right? Tubular bells. It has to be low. Okay, so now we got the legato singers. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I got this polyphony, something like this. But I just want to have actually a full choir on. Just put that into the melodic choir. I just want to have like a full choir chord at the end. And I also don't want to, I think this is a nice ending chord, but what I want to do is like put a little bit of an intro to it. And I'm not really sure if I want to do this with Abyss, because we will see. But I definitely want to have like a 4-bar intro or something that is just like a gentle pad that just brings people into the music. This is definitely, and then we would would get closer to like our 50 seconds that we could use on Instagram and stuff like this. So I just want to have like a full gentle choir at the end, and I think perfect and out of this world would be, I hope I still have the library. Of course I have it. installed, but I think I get like another problem of finding. I don't understand why this contact browser window is just terrible. Terrible. It is terrible. I could do like a music rest in between, you know, playing some music or some kind of like an elevator jingle or something while I'm browsing for patches. Because this all happens because I can't remember. I know the library is Sound Iron and the library is Olympus, but I can't find it on my hard drive right now. And I'm not really sure why, because maybe I just saved it as Olympus or Sound Iron. Apocalypse Percussion, no. This happened to me before because I wasn't able to find it. And then I thought, okay, you have to remember blah, blah, blah. And there we go again. So I just have to, come on. The other thing is, was it really called Olympus? Or was it called different? I don't have it on my drive anymore, it seems. Shit. What was that library? Oh, Sebastian, yeah, no, I know that it was an idea, of course. But instead of just using one single additional, you know, singer, I just wanted to have like a full choir, like a very juicy choir chord at the very end. Why can't I? No, it wasn't called Olympus. Oh, yes, Olympus was the choir. Okay, so probably I have it on a... Oh, is it in... Wait, is it in here? Why I am not having this choir library? Because I love it so much, especially when it comes to... This is embarrassing. Let's check this drive again. I saved it at some stupid name. Not Olympus. I would just have it. Give me just a few more seconds. Hey Harald, we just composed music to a piece of voxel art that I have created. Apocalypse, why do I find... It seems like I don't have it. I don't have it on my drive anymore. This is kind of like I don't get this. Why would I deinstall a library like this? Because it's so... So what do I use for choirs for that choir chord towards the end? This is crazy. I don't want to have... Maybe I use Omnisphere, but I'm afraid that Omnisphere is just messing up my entire session. Okay, Dominus, I don't have this one. Jesus, no, I don't have this. I don't have Olympus anymore on my drives. I totally forgot to copy it over. It's kind of... So what choir do we use? I don't want to... I want to use some kind of classical choir libraries, but something that is a little bit more sound designish. Maybe we find something in Symphonia 3. Oh, why? Oh, wait. Lumina. We just have to find something in Lumina. Here we go. Textures, playable instruments. There was like a really beautiful choir, elven choir, sustain. Lumina choir? Oh, yes. Huh? Stupid pad. So just, I don't have, you know, it's like, I just have to put this in the camera for a moment. I just have this controller in here instead of my keyboard. So it's kind of like messed up when you just. Okay. And I think also I want to have some shimmer on this one here. Choir pad. It's a little bit too much. What is if we could get a little bit more? In this direction. Okay, yeah, why not? Let's try some Abyss for the pad. Let's see if we get it to work. But I just want to have something that is kind of like complex, but not really that messed up for this thing, because we just need some clarity. We need something to shine. And I have the feeling that Abyss is way more, you know, mysterious, dark, Cthulhu-mäßig, Cthulhu-like, not mäßig. That was German. But we will see. I think we have a winner here. It sounds pretty good. Symbol shimmer. I'm not really sure what you mean. Do you mean like crescendos or something? Totally look up Dominoes by Fluffy Audio. Yeah, totally under my radar. I just have to thank Forrest. Thanks for reminding me. I just have to check it out. Oceania would be a little bit too... Yeah, East West would be a little bit too, you know, like puristic classical. I just want to have something that is a little bit, you know, out of this world. Because this thing is out of this world too. You know, it's like there is this mist, you know, this little fog thing going around, and you know, like it's like this magical thing, but there is something dark here, and it's just like fantasy. So I just don't want to make it like puristically. Okay, so maybe we just need like that's perfect. I think we should just have it in the beginning. What? It sounds different. I'm confused. I didn't change the No, we had this one. I remember that low. So, but we need an ending. Maybe we just have like strings or something. But what I want to do now, Infinite Constellations, I have to leave you, Alex. Thank you for the live stream and your honest thought on things. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for being here, and have a good night. Okay, so I just want to have some like a really like a strong sub bass at the very end, but only at the very end. A little bit too much, maybe. I just had like has to be tight like crazy. Just have to... It doesn't matter what velocity we are using. Okay, and we just reintroduce it at the end. I think that would be too church-like if we just end with a sus, you know, like... Oh yeah, the Mark tree, right. That should be something that is missing. Harp ornaments, we already got some harp, you know, like at least the arpeggios going on, but... I mean, we could add stuff like crazy. I definitely want to have like strings at the end. No, I just have to end on major. It's like pretty cheesy, but anyway. Yeah, I think I should stay on the sus. I'm not really sure yet, but... Hey Robin, only just joined, hope you're good man, thanks. I'm fine, how are you? And Felix, hi, haven't been around for a couple of months, but feels good to be back. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate. So we just have to have something, yeah, kind of like Mark tree-ish. Let's just do some subtle. I mean, it doesn't really need like mastering or something, but I just have this. It's funny. It's just me. It's probably my hearing damage that I sometimes hear like sub basses sound have a wrong note. That sounds actually pretty good on the sus. Yep. Okay, I just want to double. With the Abbey Road 1 strings because they're so nice. Oh, the Concertino strings are to die for. Oh, we just have the low. I just have to split that up, of course. Let's do it like this. High longs. Split this one. Yeah, that sounds okay. Just spending a little more time painting. Hey Frank, how are you? Super percussive. You're probably hearing a fifth, which is strong harmonic at that low of a pitch. To be honest, no. I'm just hearing a half tone wrong. It just happened. It was very embarrassing during a big production, and I went to the studio and presented my track, and everyone at some point was like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know, and I just really placed a sub bass, a half note wrong, and didn't octave. I call it octave checking. You know, when I just raise it an octave and see if it's like really the right note. And sometimes, you know, just I don't know. I mean, typically you see the note, but if you just have some track with some keys and, also in the piano roll, sometimes you just play something and you just always don't double check everything. And it just happened, I can't change it anyway, but not a catastrophe, but it was kind of embarrassing, so I really check always when I'm using sub bass. Yeah, the harp is a little bit too loud. It also needs a little bit some... It's actually not like the entire harp, but this one note here. Also, what is kind of like turning me off, there is this little frequency in the harp that I don't... Oh no, I just want to... You don't see that right now. I get this absolutely awesome remote control for Studio One right now. And it's so cool. I could even go in here and say, I want an EQ on this bus here. And I just hit one key. And it opens up my Slate Infinity EQ. I just want to get rid of all of this. So it sounds a little bit too cold to my ears. Something we could just double check it with Neutron. So I think there's not really a problem doing this. Let's do this for now. Let's just run it through the end part. Let's load up the track assistants here. Just weird. I have to do it again. It sounds more like it. Let's do it once more. I think like the strings are a little bit too present at the end. So we just have to do like a little writing session here. No. It's probably better. Set it to read. Do it once more here. Where are you? Is this? No. It's funny, my fader port doesn't notice this track. We just have to... I don't like this stuff. Why is it not... Here. Oh. How do you do that without without using the this is kind of weird. So I just probably turned it all off. Why can't I just find... It's like the track is not there. That's kind of weird. I don't get this. Why is this grayed out? Why can't I see this here? Okay, then I have to just do it on this channel here, down here. Just do it manually. I don't get it why this is not working, but anyway. Bit too much. I think that's better. Okay, so we kind of got... That sounds kind of funny with that picture in mind. We could actually add horns to have this shiny, glorious thing at the very end. We could basically try. I would just try the Abbey Road, so we got like a a common thing going. Maybe just the horns, real subtle. Very subtle. Just do it like third and fifth. Just for this thing here. Okay, and there is definitely too much compression on there. Just have to lower this. Just have to listen how it sounds without where's that sub bass? That's still too loud. Oh, I can hear you. I understand the pain. I have tinnitus, different notes with different notes on each ear. What is H24? So you have a tinnitus on both ears with different notes. So they basically clashing in your brain. That's kind of hardcore. I've recently seen like some exercise to just open your mouth, you know, like really, really far, but you have to be careful so you don't get like a Kiefersperre. What does it mean? Like a lock with your jaw, like a jaw lock or something, how you say? That would be that help probably a lot of people, you know, just open your mouth and just lean. There's like some kind of like an exercise on YouTube that I've seen. Oh, 24/7, you mean like 24 hours a day, so constantly. Oh man, this is kind of weird. No, I think I just leave it with that pad, with the Abyss pad. So I think that thing sounds kind of like could be used in kind of like a game scene or anything. But it just sounds funny with seeing this, which is like that voxel thing, you know, it's just looking kind of like Lego stones or some Lego bricks. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. Of course, we could use some more stuff, you know, do some more stuff, but I don't hear anything that kind of like distracts me or that it sounds wrong. Of course, I'm at this point now where I could endless amounts of stuff, you know. Of course, we maybe try a mark tree or something. But actually, no, I don't miss anything. It would be maybe a little bit too much cliche, you know, to add like that mark tree, like you know. So I think it sounds kind of like cool. Maybe we could start, you know, would add more pads, more fantasy kind of like synth pads. We could do some sound design. We could end up with whale noises somewhere, like oh, you know, at the very back, in the very background. But I think that's cool, like it is. It has its special character, and you know that's also the weird thing. If you hear like composer interviews of, let me just switch screens. It was so funny that it was reminding me of that one, you know, interview with where every newbie composer or aspiring composer would have get like trouble from professionals or, you know, highly educated orchestral composers. And I remember that interview with Alexandre Desplat. I think I told this before, where he was talking about the Godzilla soundtrack, and he said, I just wanted to have the orchestra really mighty. I can't really do that French accent, you know. So I wanted to have this orchestra really mighty. So I just took like the violins one and copied it to the other side and had them play again on the right side. So I had like both violins on both sides. And, you know, it's like everybody who is religiously, you know, following the orchestral method, you know, just like that typical standard Hollywood layout would have probably, you know, gotten angry or something towards hobby composers, aspiring composers. If somebody said, yeah, I just wanted to have like more mighty strings, so I just used like violins on both sides, you know, put in the middle, and everybody would have said, how can you do that? But then Alexandre Desplat comes along and just copies both of the violins to the entire orchestra. And it just sounds great, you know, and this is how he did it. And I don't want to compare myself with, of course not, with some kind of like famous composers, but if you would have asked someone else why they used what they used, like for example, we used this Abyss patch here, we used Maggie here, we just used, you know, like later on, if this would be in a movie and I would become famous, and then people would say, why did you do it like you did it like this, you know? And then I would say, yeah, just because I felt like this would be sounding right. I could, of course, no, we just have like, we don't need like maybe reverb on the brass, but no, I don't miss anything right now. So this is some point where what I finally want to say is this is the point where I see it as a photography. The photography has been taken. You know, I could just spend more time by just, you know, trying to come up with some fine tuning and do a little bit more contrast and then brightness, and then I maybe the next day I have a bad day, and then all the bright colors I darken them again, and maybe I check this track again tomorrow and I feel super happy, and I check this again and I have like, you know, like relaxed ears, and then I find something that makes it that I could change and make it sound better, and I probably listen to it before I just, you know, pull it off. I just render it to disk to check frequency wise, but not to change anything significantly, because this is to to the point where no, my music is like a photography. I just change it, I just leave it like this, and I just, release it wherever it goes. May it be just a picture, may it land in an NFT thing, may it be licensed for a video game, whatever. This is the point where I say, okay, music is done, next piece. I'm not sitting there for like days and just, as they, with a meme, what it says, like mixing the snare, and then you have that skeleton on the console. I would never do that. At some point, I would say, okay, enough is enough. I just move on. I don't worry about anything I have done in the past, because everything I listen to, like from 2 or 3 weeks ago, most of the time I don't like anymore anyway. So at some point I stopped doing this, and know my mood and my general cognition and everything changes, from day to day. So it's all connected to emotions. So I don't care about this. Sounds like it would be good for doing a Chrono Cross Dream of the Shore Bordering Another World interpretation, to be honest. What is this? What is Dream of the Shore Bordering Another World? I know Another World, which is like a very old RPG. Oh, sorry, I was reading wrong. Chrono, you mean Chrono Trigger, right? Dream of the Shore. Yeah, I mean, it could be in some kind of like whatever game, It could also be, I recently started like Elder Scrolls Online again, and there is a lot of synth stuff actually happening in the score. That sounds pretty beautiful. So always orchestra melted together with soft, very soft synth sound. Probably something like like these white Nexus patches that we could still use here. But yeah, I just feel like that's it for this one track. So I just would be cool to add some visual moving effects, like flying around fireflies or something on this picture. Maybe I get this done somehow, but I don't know. I just don't want to ruin it too much, It's like voxel art. It's like a picture, and then you have like a video game focused track. So I think I should leave that. Okay, don't forget the Mark tree. Yeah, we will see. For more, it's more prominent in the morning and evening. Oh, for the tinnitus, you say it's called lockjaw. Okay, so now I know that. Well, but I was seeing this exercise where somebody just opened, their mouth pretty, wide open, and they kind of like fixed the tinnitus thing. And there was also another technique that I seen, that somebody's like, snapping. Can you see that? It's like snapping with the fingers on your head below that bone, below these two bones. And there were some people, if I do that, it works, but it just stays away for like three hours or something. I mean, because I have tinnitus too in my left ear. In my right ear, I don't know if I have tinnitus because I can't hear on that pretty well. So maybe there's like a constant orchestra playing like all the time. I wouldn't probably hear it. But there's some soft. I just got this loud, this silent hiss like shh all the time, and sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's softer. Yeah. Anyway, I think I want to continue that composing process for these little pictures. Too, because they are self-made, this is like something that I have also created, so I can connect it to the music, so I have like a multimedia package something. So it would be cool to just, because I feel like music is, this is one of the reasons you probably notice that all when you just play, to your girl or your partner or whoever, to a buddy, and you just play your new piece of music, and they start talking after like 5 seconds. Oh, this is how what is this instrument, and how you have been inspired by, and you're like, oh, shut the fuck up, listen to my track. It's like, it's terrible. As a composer, it's terrible. When I play something to my girlfriend and she's like starting talking after like 3, 4, or 5 seconds. And I was like, at least I would say, just can you just listen to the track? But this is like how normal. And I mean, she's special, but she's a non-composer, a non-musician. And this is what I mean. If non-musicians, non-composers listen to a piece of music, it's something that is there. They don't need to find, listen to like how the mark tree evolves at some point, or how this pad goes off. They just listen to this and they just notice it, and it's there. And then, of course, everybody, if you would have like a visual piece of art, like a picture, and somebody looks at the picture, you could start talking to each other when you just staring at the picture. So people have a little bit of a harder time to grasp audible stuff because it's not there, right? We know that it's physics. We know that it's like the same physics like colors, light rays of light and surfaces and blah blah blah, absorbed by the eye and stuff. And so we know how it works with waveforms and or eardrum and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So we know that. But if you're just not into music that much, or not a composer or not a musician or whatever, I think you have a harder time grabbing, or how do you say, like grasping, or like, no, grabbing, like getting attached to music. It's just something that is there. It's kind of like magic. I think this is why a piece of music can make someone cry. I mean, of course, if you see like a tragic picture from war or something, it can make someone cry too. But emotion-wise, I think it's easier to make someone cry or laugh with music, because it's like something that is like, it's a little bit something like that is more magic, like something that is visual art, because you can see it. It's kind of like, I don't know how to say this. I love hearing your soundtrack style tracks rather than trailer. Thanks so much. Me too, actually. Seriously. I mean, at some point, I am like, I mean, it would be probably the same if I would do that too much, for like a 3 month in a row writing this music. I would love to get some, get into some metal or some trailer music again. Yeah, this is exactly it. They don't analyze music. They just listen, and that's nice. And it's the same happening with art, but it's easier to pleasure a person with visual art because it's something you can see. It's something that is there. You can just look at it, and you can even take your hand and touch it, even if it's your monitor. You can't do that with music. You can, of course, grab to your speakers, put the finger into the bass hole and just enjoy the vibrations or anything. But who does that? It's just something that is there, that is around us. And so I think it has like a little bit of a more magical touch rather than visual art. And if you just combine both of these things, even better. Watch my words. Probably because of my girlfriend. She's watching the stream then, and I just get the beating. When will we hear saxophones? Yeah, that's like absolutely. We just have to do that. Definitely. But I will, on a serious note, I will just keep these things, I just put that little logo in, on my piece, on that picture, like tiny adventures. So this will definitely stay in the realm of RPG, kind of like maybe we will have a castle, maybe we have like a sunken temple in, and I'm still, of course, practicing. Doing that voxel stuff is pretty hard, actually. I didn't imagine it being that hard. You would think like it's just stacking some, colored blocks upon each other and just set it to render mode and set like some lighting. But it's actually pretty hard. So I'm still learning. But at some point, I know that I want to get deeper into this and not just like, let's cook a meal and then not doing it for like 5 months again. Yeah, because music is connected to memory and then feelings. That's because I think, and I think it. I strongly believe it's more connected to emotions and feelings, because you can't see it. Because the brain kind of like saves it in a different way, and this is also like when it triggers memories. It's, as you say, like connected to memory. So if you just hear something that you heard like 10 years before, and you connect it to that situation that happened. Maybe it was your first kiss at some club or at some party or something, and then you heard like a specific track. It will always be there. If you hear that music 10 years later, even though if you didn't hear it in the meantime, you will always remember this. It's pretty fascinating, actually. But yeah. Okay, so I think I would call it a day for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this stream a little bit. Just have to see how long are we online. Oh man, we almost like streaming for like 3 hours and 40 minutes. But anyway, thank you so much everyone for being here. And yeah, I think I cut it off right now. I will be there definitely next week. And we will see what we're doing. Maybe I have another picture done. Maybe we compose some more RPG or adventure music. We will see. So everyone, thanks so much for being here. Have a great day. Have a great night. A great evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here, for staying that long. And see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.